Hey there, Sean. Hope your trip was productive and you had a good time there in Brooklyn. This is your video lesson today. Two main points I want to hit, and the second point has a couple extra things in there, so it's a bit longer. So go through it, and if you have any questions at the end, feel free to shoot me over a message, and I'll be happy to take a look or answer any questions you have. All right, man, let's get on the list. So number one is Root 6 and Root 5 Magic Triangle. It's on your page in your Rock Guitar Secrets book. It's on page 12. So flip over there. We've been talking about the magic triangle, so I think it's going okay with that. 12 here. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick one note this week to use with the triangle, both Root 5 and Root 6. And I want to start with A sharp, and there'll be a reason for it. While I'm picking kind of like an oddball, there is a reason for it, so that we'll talk about maybe next lesson if everything looks good. So go ahead and turn that page 12, and let's go through and just work out the triangle shape with A sharp. Let me load this down just a little bit. There you go. So start with Root 6, probably the easiest one. You'll find A sharp on 6th fret, 5th string, 6th fret, 6th string. So A sharp, A sharp, A sharp. Right, so that's the triangle, that's the Root 6 triangle. What I want you to do is I want you to say the note names out loud as you play the notes. It'll help kind of reinforce like what note you're doing, rather than just doing like a finger exercise. It keeps your head neat. So A sharp, A sharp, A sharp, and like I said, if I don't practice saying the note name, I'll just kind of forget what I'm doing, and I just do like a finger exercise, this is not a finger exercise. It should be a fretboard knowledge exercise. So A sharp, 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 right? Do that. And then go into the Root 5 triangle, which is a little bit harder to see, but so you have A sharp, A sharp. Remember, for the next A sharp, you go down one string, and over 1, 2, 3, you go over 4 frets. So A sharp, and then down a string over 4 frets, A sharp. When doing this, some people think of it easier is to visualize almost like a C chord, where you have like these two fingers like in position of like a C chord. So like say down here, right? You just move it up to the 13th fret. Some people find it easier to think of the Root 5 triangle this way. Where you have A sharp here on the 5th string, and then A sharp on the 2nd string. This is literally just like on the interior strings, like strings 5 and string 2, and you have a fret in between. So some people find it easier to think of it that way rather than doing a 4 fret jump this way. So something to think about. So you do A sharp, and then here you can change the fingering if you want to. Then A sharp, and then down 2 strings over 2 frets, A sharp on the 3rd string, 15th fret. So some people do it this way: A sharp, 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 and then when they see that, when they get that comfortably in their mind's eye, they'll do it this way. So some people break it in 2 pieces: A sharp, 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 A sharp. Then what you do is you get a metronome, and you're on my metronome right now, so I'm gonna grab my other metronome. Let's see, here on my desk. Let's see, there you are. Get back over. And what I'll do is I'll set the metronome once I can comfortably go through all the A sharps and not have to worry too much about where they are. What I'll do is I'll put a little time on there. So I'll put something super slow. Let's go 45 beats per minute, something really easy. Better must be dying. It's not as slow as it used to be. So I got it clicking there. 45 BPM, super slow. And it's the assignment that's out of the book, by the way, too. It's a great assignment. What we'll do is this: A sharp, 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 and work my way back. Oops. A sharp, A sharp. I forgot what I was doing. A sharp. And I'll do this for like 2 minutes, right? And if you say the note name out loud and do it in time, you'll start filling in that like no man's land. I feel like these notes right here for guitarists are always kind of like gray. They're not really sure of like what note is what. But now that you know root 6 and root 5 by heart really well, it's time to start getting these other notes in here, especially when we start altering the pentatonic scale like we've been doing with E minor pentatonic. A sharp, A sharp, A sharp, A sharp, A sharp, A sharp. Once that gets easy, then you start bumping the tempo on the metronome up a little bit, but just be able to do it at a comfortable, slow pace, finding all those notes. All right, cool. So work on that for me. Start metronome, so we're going crazy. And then the next one is Minkar. So I hope you've been having fun with that tune. I'm going to give you something to jam over top of it today, and then we're going to talk about the chorus. And then the chorus chords are interesting. So I think maybe I'll save that conversation when we're live in person or on Zoom or something, that we can really go over the chords that he's using in here because they're kind of neat. So with Minkar, a good rule of thumb in music is whatever chord you begin with and you end with is most likely the key that you're in. And since this song starts with the D chord, right? The song is fun. Since he's beginning and ending on a D chord, most likely we are probably in the key of D. What I can do next time, if you want to know more about like what chords are in the key and everything, we can get our circle of fifths out and I can show you those pizza pie slices. And as long as it's inside that pizza pie slice, you're inside that central key. In this case, being D. We'll talk more about that next week when I can explain it in real time to you. But this one is, since the home base is D, the relative minor of D is. This is where you answer that question in the video. B minor, very good, very good. B minor, yes. So B minor pentatonic would work wonderfully over top of this tune. So if I punch in here on my looper, what I'll do is I'll start with my home base of Old Faithful Box 1 B minor pentatonic. Avocado toast, milk and cereal. Avocado toast, grape soda. And then what I'll do, box 5. Box 2. String. So what I want you to do is box 512 is a really nice kind of grouping that you can play around with over top of Minkar. And I want you to use, last time I gave it to you, that rhythm chart. So you can pick different rhythms out of there. Like there, for example, I was using avocado toast, milk and cereal, and then I did a little bit of grape soda on the side. So a little balanced breakfast. So what I'd like you to do this week is when you're practicing Minkar, first do box 512 B minor pentatonic. And then once you come up with that, start using some of those rhythms that we had talked about on the rhythm chart in conjunction with your sequences. I think it'll help your soloing be a bit more, not as square, or following the, just doing stuff like, just endless strings of sequences right there. So that's what I would do for that. All right, and then so next thing I want you to work on for Minkar is the chorus. Here are the chords. And I'll explain what chords they are next time. I just want you to get the riff down first, and I'll explain what he's doing chord-wise next time. So, he's got 5 and 5 here. I got the tab right here for you. So 5 and 5 on the 4th string and the 2nd string. And you're gonna strum 1 and 2 and. So down, up. 1 and 2 and. You're gonna go to 7th fret. 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 ends, and then you're going to take the same shape. You're going to move it down here to the 2nd position right here. So you're on strings 4 and 2 still, and you're on the 2nd fret. So you have this 1 and 2 and 3 and goes into that like G chord, but not with G chord with all the open strings. So 1 here on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 3 here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So down, down, up, down. So those 2 chords, the strum pattern is going to be this: down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay? So here is the first part. We have G, or so we have so you have your finger on G here. Talk about that later. One more time. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Like that. Let's do that one more time. Now, if you notice here in the tab, I have 8 times 4. So we're going to do that 4. So the first 2 chords, right here, the 5 and the 7, you just do that 1 time. And then what you'll do is once you pass that, you'll do this, the one to the 2nd fret and the not quite G chord will be on the 2nd chord of that set. So you'll do basically between these 2 chords right here. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. That's 1, 2, then 3, and then 4. So the whole section sounds like this. Got as good. Do it all the time. Come back to it. Good. Then you would do into the chorus. That's the part of the song, the one I just showed you right here. That's the never get to got as good, you know, that section right there. You know the song pretty well. So, all right, cool, man. Those are the things I want you to work on this week. Feel free to shoot me a message over, or if you want me to look at anything, I'd be more than happy to. And get some rest from your trip, and I will see you same time next time. Bye.